Hi, I'm Chris and welcome to this week's tutorial. Let's draw together.
In this lesson, we're going to be finishing up painting our little girl here. If you've missed last time's video when we sketched the little girl, you'll want to go back to part 1. It'll be linked down below and then carry on to painting after that. And again, we'll be using the canvas and brushes and swatches from the Illustrator starter kit that you can find a link to below. It's totally free. You can go grab all your tools there and follow along. So let's continue. I'm just going to open up my layers. I can get rid of my sketch now. That's fine. And we'll create a new layer and drag it below our sketch here. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Quick Daily Sketches, those swatches there, and of course all of the brushes. So today I'm going to just go to the inky filler. It's found in the daily practice lessons section. Let's go grab that. You can pick any color you want. We're just going to do a solid fill layer. So I'm just going to grab this pink, and all I'm going to do is literally outline here. So, well, kind of outline, inlining really. I'm just going to go right to the edge of my sketch and just have a continuous line that I'm doing. I'm just going to line the whole face. This way we're going to have a solid face to work from, and then we're going to do clipping masks over top with sort of more of a watercolor look, I guess. So that way we don't have to worry about painting outside the lines. And here you can just simply go like that. Just for this, you just want to make sure that you have a continuous line, that there's no gaps. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to fill it in because we're not going to color it in. We're going to drop our color in. So as long as these lines go all the way around, this should work. So you're just going to drag your color drop in and release, and that should fill that up. Now for a really exciting part, I'm just going to actually go and get full white and drop it in, and it looks like we've done nothing. But we know that we have this solid layer here that we can work on. So I'm just going to use that as my base, my solid base, and I'm going to create a new layer on top, tap on it and do a clipping mask. And then I'm going to go and grab this color here, this beige. I'm thinking it might work. It might be too dark, I'm not sure. Or too orange even. Let's just try the variegated edge. Nope, that's good. Okay, so with that variegated edge, it's a watercolor brush found in the Flower Masterclass 2.0 section. Just gonna, well, I can avoid her eyes. Just fill this in. I'm gonna hold down my brush the entire time, because if I don't, when you go over top, it makes it darker. So do hold it down the whole time if you want one smooth finish. And if you do accidentally lift your brush, or you have to, you can always go and just smudge it out, which is really simple to do too. And if you color over, you can always erase. Not a problem. Because it's actually kind of hard to leave it down the whole time. It kind of feels weird. But let me show you. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to erase this. But let's say, you know, I've gone over another time and you don't like the look of that. Just go to your smudge tool and you can pick whatever you want. Like, you don't have to just be on airbrush. You can go to, I'm going to just go to the Illustrator starter kit. I can use the same brush, that's fine too. And you just rub that out. There you go, blend it. I keep going over here. All right, so that's no problem at all. All right, then let's grab a new layer, tap on it, do a clipping mask. We're just gonna get all our colors down here. Let's see, will this brown be nice for her? Yeah, I think that's nice. You can do whatever hair color you want, obviously. Today we'll do a little brown hair. See, because of my clipping mask, I'm not, I don't have to worry about going outside there. I'm just gonna try not to overlap my layers as much as possible. But because I have them on separate layers, I can erase, so I can just go and do that if I wish. Okay, again with these. Okay, great. So then with her eyes, maybe I wonder if I'll do blue eyes just to have a contrasting color. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. Otherwise, we don't have a ton of color in this because we don't have an outfit. So just to break it up a little bit. So we can use this blue. That's cute. And then I'm just gonna bring this blue and bring it the dial over so it's a little bit more saturated. Give that a pass at the top. Okay, and then just go and grab like a lighter blue here and maybe just give it a little highlight there in the corners, just to create sort of a bit of a glow there. While we're working on the eyes, I'm just gonna end, we're in the blue area. Bring your color picker. Well, we can use this gray if you want, or you can just go back to blue and have sort of a gray blue over here. Just gonna kind of have a bit of a shadow here because her eyelashes would cast a bit of a shadow. And that makes the eyes look a little less boing with all that white. It sets them back a little bit. Okay, great. Let's create a new layer just because we have a few things on there. I'm just gonna, just in case I have to tweak things or turn down the opacity, I like to have as many layers as I can, as long as I'm able. I'm gonna pick this pink, just give her some rosy cheeks. And if you don't want them perfect circles like this, you can go to your smudge tool and just lightly dust around the outside, just to soften that. Maybe with this pink, we'll just give her a little color on her nose and around her lips. And you can smudge that out if you just want it really soft. That's great too. Let's just finish up her skin. So we can just do, I'm gonna actually create another layer and make it a clipping mask. Use this brown here. Let's just go and find, let's see, this watercolor one here at the very bottom, the single samples. Let's just use that to dust. I might want to, you can either lighten your color or change the opacity here, or we can change the opacity of the whole layer if you want. I just want it a little bit lighter, so I'm just gonna go down to around 65 or so. On this side, I'm just gonna underneath give her a little shadow. Just shade this side of her face. Go, keep your brush small around 6, just kind of get in where the ears are. Kind of underneath where her hair, be casting a bit of a shadow. And if it kind of gets bumpy or too hard, we can, like I said before, we can always go and smudge that out with our smudge tool. So that's no problem. So if you just want to soften that, or you like the look of the more watercolor look, that's cool too. Just whatever works. Go back to your brush. Let's just do a little shadow under her nose. Probably need a fairly small brush for that. And same with under their little chin here, or underneath her lips. In the corners, kind of give that a little shadow as well. I don't want too much. You don't want to make sure it doesn't look like a mustache or anything. Okay. Maybe in here she'd have a little shadow behind the eyelashes. Okay, I think that's looking good. Let's give her bows some color. Maybe we'll create a new layer of all these layers. You can merge them together too if you're happy with them, that's no problem. Let's see, I think the purple will be nice. We can go back to, where were we? That variegated edge. Just fill this in. I think it'd be nice to put a little pattern on it too, just creating some different type of texture because everything's pretty solid. Okay, so we can use this darker purple for shadow, and we can go back to that watercolor, that single samples one. Need a bigger brush, maybe around 7 or 8. Just put it on the bottom in here. Just on the edges so it starts to create a more rounded look. I'm getting purple on her. Okay, it's probably good. Let's just work on her hair a little bit more so I can go back to her hair layer. We were using this, so I'm going to go to the darker brown to the right of that and then go get the variegated edges. I'm just going to create some more. It's quite dark actually. I wonder if this is going to be too dark. Yeah, no, I think it's okay. So more on the edges, just like we did with the lines. Can do that, and then we can blend it out too if you don't want it too stripey. Just have them follow, just like we've been doing, follow the direction. Sort of the key here. But having it darker in the center and then lighter, softer, just like soften up on the pressure that you're putting on your pen. So you see how that's creating, actually naturally creating that highlight in the center, right? Same with here. Okay, you know, you can go forever with hair. It's it's a whole other thing, but I think for this it's a fairly simplistic style, so we'll keep it simple as well. I'm just going to add some color to the bottom. Why don't we do this yellow color here? Let's give her a little top. So I like the yellow with the purple as a nice contrast. And we can go and just use this color here with the watercolor here, and just give a little shade here. Okay, a few little touches. I'm going to go to the very top, actually, just at the very top. Go and grab this white, and I will use, actually, we'll go back to this simple sketcher. Let's just do a little pattern here. So I'm just going to do polka dots because it's easy. Just alternating. Have them kind of cut off so it looks like you've done it. Okay. Cute. Yeah, you can do whatever pattern you want to just find. Polka dots, pretty simple and a little bit quick. But it's nice having just something to break up the solids. So whenever you can throw in a little pattern, even if it doesn't have to be much, I think it really makes a big difference. Okay. Now, if you want, you can add a few extra details, like putting in some little white lines. Just sort of makes it kind of another kind of look. It's a style choice for sure. You just gotta kind of be a little bit mindful of where they go. Just might add a little extra pop. A little detail. I don't know, you might want a little highlight on her nose. You can put a little highlight on her cheek. I'm just using the side of my pencil just to sort of rub that in a bit. You know, you can add little highlights here and there. So you can see the difference of its style, right? It's more illustrated look. So if you like that, you can add that in as well. All right, I think she's done. So I hope you enjoyed this 2-part series, this cute and quick series that we're doing. And it would be great if you gave it a like. That really helps out me and the channel, of course. Hit that bell icon for notifications so you'll be notified of the next video that's on its way soon. And if you enjoy drawing cute little subject matters, I have a full course that I've linked down below. It's called the Character Academy Cute Edition, and we do go over loads of good stuff that will help you learn to draw your own cute characters. So thank you so much for coming along with me. Love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.